Okay, now we are going to explain in a simple way the mechanical clutch and this clutch. What is the name of this clutch?
Converter.
It's a torque converter, of course, but it's a hydraulic clutch. It's a hydraulic element, the hydraulic pressure. Right now we are going to explain how this clutch works. What is the other name for this clutch? This clutch.
That was just a manual one.
It's
Dry clutch.
mechanical clutch or dry clutch because it's completely dry. It's completely dry. In other words, what is the enemy? Thank you, Danny. What is the enemy of those clutch?
Oil.
Oil. Excuse me. Where is located that clutch?
Next to the flywheel
Between the
Inside of the
housing.
bell housing. Inside of the bell housing. Okay. Remember that the bell housing is bolted on the block of the engine in this part. In this part, the transmission is bolted. This is the element. This is the element that connect the engine with the transmission, the bell housing. In both scenarios, in marine, guys, in marine and also in automotive. Look in marine. This is a marine transmission. The bell housing and the transmission. And here is the engine. It's exactly the same, no? And here is the flex plate. And the flex plate is bolted in the flywheel of the engine here. Okay, guys?
Yep.
My friend, remember, you need to be clear all the diagrams of all the system here. See, if tomorrow one guy said, "Oh, my twin taps only go down," and you say, "Okay, go to the pump. Okay, there are 4 cables: red, green, yellow, and blue. Remove the blue, remove the green, put together. Oh, yeah, right now it's going down." Okay, because you have cleared the diagram. Oh, my engine is overheating. My gasoline engine is inboard, is overheating, but it's only overheat. The temperature goes up only in idle. At high RPM, no. You need to be clear, minimum 6 or 7 possibilities. No? Oh, my engine is running and stops suddenly. Okay, great. Okay, now we are going to start with the explanation about the dry clutch and the wet clutch. Okay, this is the composition of the dry clutch. What is the name of this?
Pressure plate.
Pressure plate. What is this?
Friction plate.
Friction plate. And this one?
Flywheel.
Flywheel. Look at the flywheel. What element enter here, engage here?
Starter.
The start motor. The gear of the start motor. What is the name of that gear? The technical name, famous. Bendix.
Bendix.
The Bendix is the gear of the start motor. My friends, look at the gear ratio in between the small gear of the start motor and this ring. It's like a
30 to 1.
20 to 1, something like this. No? And can you imagine how much torque produce that small start motor to move the crankshaft of the diesel engine that you repair? Wow, no? It's too much torque, no? This is why when you try to start the engine 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, what happened at the 4th time? The battery? You finish with the battery. It's too much torque, no? All right. This is the flywheel, and the flywheel is bolted
Crankcase.
on the crankshaft. Crankshaft. Okay, on the crankshaft. All right. It's moving with the crankshaft constantly, and this element is free because the input shaft of the transmission enter over there. That's okay. Wait. And this element, I'm going to remove this one. This element is bolted here. It's bolted over there. And the friction plate in the middle, in between, with the input shaft here. The input shaft don't touch those flexible steel elements. Hold it. Look at this. Those elements move it like this. In this end is the face of this, the pressure plate. The pressure plate, this is completely polished, is in direct contact with the friction material.
Almost like your brake pads.
When you press, look, when you press those metals, what happened with this metal here? Because this is pivot here. Look at this. When I press here, this metal is moving like this, and this metal is separated. And what happened with the friction plate?
Free.
It's free. Everybody follow me?
Yeah.
When I press this one, this metal goes here, and the friction plate located here is completely free. This is when I apply the clutch pedal. When I apply the clutch pedal, one bearing, this bearing, look at this bearing, is axial bearing. You see, it's axial bearing. With a fork, press here and push those elements. When those elements are in, this ring is out and the friction disc is free. In that moment, I can change the gear ratio. This is the mechanical clutch. Okay. This bearing, what is the name of this bearing? This
Pilot
bearing is the
Pilot bearing.
no,
That's
it's the
rubber.
thrust
Rubber.
bearing.
Thrust bearing.
Thrust bearing. It's moved. If the clutch is mechanical, it's with a fork.
Yeah.
And the fork here is activated with the pedal directly. Look at this. The fork, the pedal, and the clutch. The bearing is moving. The metallic element goes here or here. This is the clutch. It's exactly the clutch. Okay, and the friction plate here in the middle is free or is compressed. It's free if the pedal is pressed. Is compressed if the pedal is released, off. When the pedal is off, when the clutch pedal is off, the transmission is engaged with the engine. Always. In that moment, you can change the gear. No, you need disengage with the clutch, and after that you have free space to move to select another gear ratio. Okay, look at this. This mechanical element with the clutch is the typical mechanical clutch with mechanical thrust bearing. Follow me, guys. This is a mechanical thrust bearing with mechanical clutch. This one. At the beginning, that was the original design in 50s and 60s. After that, the people say, "Oh, my friend, I don't like that because the clutch pedal is too hard." And some intelligent guys said, "Okay, I am going to invent other bearing, other thrust bearing, not mechanical like this with fork, hydraulic. The hydraulic fluid enter here, and the hydraulic fluid return here, and compress this one or extend, compress or extend. And that one in the pedal is, it's too soft. You understand? I have dry clutch with hydraulic bearing, with hydraulic thrust bearing. The clutch is not hydraulic, only the bearing, only the pedal, only the bearing. That's okay? And what liquid is used in this type of thrust bearing? What type of liquid?
Brake fluid.
Brake fluid. Why brake fluid and no automatic transmission fluid?
It does not
be able
compress.
to compress.
Because the brake fluid is incompressible. You can compress a little the brake fluid, nothing. If you apply 100 pounds, the brake fluid transmits 100 pounds. Nice, no? This is why you have one container for the bearing, for the hydraulic bearing in the clutch, because my car is manual. It's clear, guys?